Hi there, Jeff here from the Wetsuit Centre, talking to you today about the Oneill for fall 2013 range. So basically the winter suits for the UK and winter suits for most of Europe. And basically looking at the range, suit by suit, telling you what's changed in terms of price, functions and features, and any sort of new additions to the range. Now we're looking at the Mutant, which has been around for a long time. It's been a really popular wetsuit for a long time. The Oneill Mutant, available for kids, for adults, men, and for ladies as well. The ladies is basically called the Deluxe mod. So it's the same wetsuit essentially, you're getting the same features and functions. It's just called the Deluxe mod. So I'll show you that suit as well so that you know that you do get it in the women's range. Just obviously cut for ladies and sort of slightly different in the shaping of the suit. So, but essentially in terms of features and warmth, thickness of neoprene, it's pretty much the same. So that's the Deluxe mod. So do kill two birds with one stone and do both videos at the same time. Run that to the front. So basically the Mutant has always been about versatility. Okay, so the Mutant's been popular because of that reason. Not only that, it's a very, very warm wetsuit as well. Okay, so the versatility, when I say versatility, it's basically got a modular or interchangeable hood system. So basically this hood attaches on the front, as you can see there, and on the back as well. That means it's completely lifted off and you can replace it with another piece, which is basically just a standard neck piece rather than a hood. So on those warmer winter days or even in autumn, basically you can wear it without a hood, and then once it gets a bit colder, switch it onto the hood and then change it up. So it's really popular for that reason, but I also think it's great value for money, this suit. It has undergone a big change between last year and this year, which is the first time in a while with the Mutant, because it has stayed the same for quite a few years. But if I walk you through the features of the suit, then talk to you about what's actually changed. Okay, so the main features of the suit is the thickness. It's a 5'4", I believe, yeah, 5'4" the Mutant, basically, so 5mm of neoprene through the majority of the suit around the core where you need a lot more warmth, and then 4mm around the arms where you need a bit more flexibility. So rather than being a 5'3", then it's a 5'4", which basically really sort of pushes it towards the warmer rather than more flexible sort of end of the market, so great for people to feel the cold. Okay, so the 5mm is a real generous 5mm as well, so you can see the thickness on the ankle there, so nice and chunky basically. Now that brings me on to the sort of quality of the neoprene, which is the biggest difference between last year, fall 2012, and fall 2013. Previously, the neoprene was comprised of two different types of grade of neoprene basically. So on the lower body you had what's called fluid flex, which is a cheaper sort of lower grade neoprene, a bit stiffer, a bit more abrasive and not as flexible. And in the upper body you have the ultra flex, which is a very sort of flexible, high grade, super soft neoprene. Still get that in the upper body, but now you get it the whole way through the suit. So rather than being sort of two grades of neoprene, now the lower body is 100% fluid flex, ultra flex as well, so giving you a huge amount of flex throughout the whole suit. So it should feel fantastic in the water, should feel a lot more flexible, stick to your body better, and ultimately keep you warmer as well, because it will be sticking to your body better and moving with your body. Downside is the price has gone up a little bit, so instead of a £199 suit you're looking at £219 now, so basically an extra 20 quid, but for an extra 20 quid you get 100% Ultraflex throughout the whole suit now as well, so it's sort of debatable whether you think that's worth it or not, but I do. I think having the extra flex, having the extra sort of movement throughout the whole suit is definitely worth an extra £20 in the long run. Aside from that, not a huge amount of changes. So basically you get what we call glued and blind stitched seams, so sealed seams, but these are fluid seam welded as well, which is more of an old school way of sealing the seams. Basically what they do, they stitch it through the inside and then glue it on the other side and then fluid seam weld it, which is basically this rubber taping. Okay, now this is the whole way through the outside of the suit. Now a lot of suits have lost this this particular technology these days because they don't feel it's necessary, and it kind of does restrict the movement of the suit. But one thing it does, if you don't mind it, then it does give a huge shelf life to the suit, because that sort of rubber taping basically completely seals the seams. There's no way any water can get through there, and it also adds shelf life to the suit because they're less likely to start leaking in the long term once your warranty's gone. Okay. Any of the seams are bent as well. You can see where that's sort of bent. It's just to make sure that it does move with your body, and any restriction from those seams is put to a minimum. Okay, every single seam on the suit, like every single sort of like shape of the seam and where it sits on the body, is carefully thought about to make sure that it doesn't restrict you too heavily. Okay, so you get the fluid seam welding, and obviously it's great at keeping out water as well. It's very unlikely any water is going to get in through any of the seams. If it does, then it means that the seams have failed, and you should be okay as long as you're within your warranty period. On the knee pads, you get the standard Duraflex or Crypto knee pads, very sort of robust material, basically make sure that the suit doesn't wear through on the knees, again promoting a longer shelf life for the wetsuit. Okay, on the inside of the suit, the seams are taped in certain areas as well, just to give it, again, more durability, and makes it, that's why it's got such a good reputation, because it's so hard wearing and does last a long time, why it's so popular. So moving further up the suit, then give you some indication of the modular system. What I'll do is switch to the ladies one as well, just so you can get a look at the ladies suit. And basically, what it means is you've got a special blackout zip, or a specially treated zip, which lets very small amounts of water, or shouldn't let any water in through this particular zip on the front or on the back. That goes over the top of the actual wetsuit. So if I sort of unfasten that on the front here, you can see it lifts off the front completely. And on the inside, you've then got the neck piece of the actual wetsuit. Okay. Now, what happens is when this folds over the top, and then your body pushes up against it, it creates a perfect seal by using this gum and the actual basically neoprene itself. So it's very, very unlikely any water will flush in through the sides here. So that's not a concern. We've never had a problem with that. And basically, any water that does come in is drained out through the back here, through a little sort of drain hole. Same as the men's suit. And so no water sort of sits in there, basically, it just gets drained out, and it's very, very unlikely any water will actually come in through the neck. Two pieces of neoprene are married up together as well, so you can open up really, really wide and get in through the neck there. There is a knack to getting in and out of the suit. We've done a video on it basically on our advice section of our website, so if you want to look at that, then feel free. But basically, what's a bit different with this particular suit, where the normal chest zips will just fix onto the back of the suit here, this is a patented system by Oneill, which allows you to completely remove the top panel of the wetsuit, or top section of the suit. So if I undo that, basically if I can, and that allows you to completely take off the hood. So really, really handy. And then obviously you can replace it with this little neck piece here, basically goes up and over the top, and just put it on like a standard suit. And that will mean that you can wear it without hood, basically. So that versatility is really popular with most people. As I say, two pieces of neoprene are married up together over the top here. And that allows you to just sort of reach inside the suit, turn it inside out, and that's how you really put it on. It's basically by turning it inside out and pulling it up bit by bit. But again, you can watch that video. On the inside of the suit then, if I show you what's happening here. Okay, now you probably noticed the first thing is this red material, but basically this is an Ultraflex firewall material. And it's kind of like thermal underwear, basically. It's a non-absorbent fibre, which is woven into the fabric, and basically that insulates you, just like thermal underwear. So instead of heat leaving your body quickly through the neoprene, although it should actually sort of be a very gradual process, this will slow it down even further and insulate you, keep you warm, keep your core warm, which in turn keeps your extremities warm and keeps you in the water for longer. Now you get that on the front chest panel of the suit, keeping your core warm around there, and you also get it around the back, which will keep your kidneys warm and your back. Keeps your blood warm, and again keeps your blood flowing nice and warm, and keeps you nice and warm and snug in the water. Okay, one thing you do get as well, you get some liquid taping on the inside of the suit, just around sort of key critical areas where the stress points are. So around the chest panels, just liquid tape that again just to promote longevity, making sure it's real quality, nice long-lasting suit. And then you can see it sort of ends in most places, and you get the standard stitching. Okay, but the whole way through the suit these days, you're getting the Ultraflex neoprene, so really flexible the whole way through. So that's essentially everything going on with the Mutant and the Dlux Modular. And basically, it's a really top selling suit for ladies and for men every year. And price increase has only affected the men's suit, I believe. I think the ladies' Dlux is actually still the same, because it's a bonus for the ladies. But with the men's suit, it's gone up by 20 quid, so you're looking at $219 UK retail price. But having said that, for a 100% stretch suit, liquid tapes, thermal line front and back, with a hood and a normal system for 219 quid, it's still really good value. And I'm sure it'll be a top seller this year as well.